Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to today's video. My name is Pim and this is the 4am Laundry channel where we go all across Japan to look for retro video games at thrift stores, and I am standing inside a completely unmanned video game store. There's also other stuff. There's like, it's a bit more of a thrift store slash CD slash books and stuff, but as you're about to see, this is definitely something that is pretty interesting. I found this on Google Maps randomly the other day, and I thought by sure this would not be a completely unmanned store. People were very skeptical when I found an unmanned arcade a couple videos ago, and apparently this is kind of a thing in Japan. So without further ado, let's go game hunting. It should be interesting. So walking into the store over here, this is the arcade area. That's the first thing you're greeted with, and the sign says that these things are only operational from 10 to 7, which makes sense because these are gachas and kujis and stuff, and you would require an employee to open this case to choose your prize should you get the correct number or should you win this game. These aren't exactly autonomous machines, so that's interesting, and I guess that's like the first downfall of a place that doesn't have stand. And I'm not joking, this isn't clickbait. I'm completely alone in this store. Look at that. There's the video games and the anime figures, and over there's even a little thrift section with clothing and manga, and man, this is pretty funny. This is pretty interesting. That's for sure. This is a pretty old claw machine as well, but again, we can't really use any of these because they're only open from 10 to 7, which is understandable. This is actually a pretty classic Sega UFO catcher from, I would not dare to say, probably 90s, 80s. It's an old school machine. And the way that this works is you put your money in there, and then you gotta get this little thing, and it'll go to the balls, and the balls would drop and give you a key to this door, and then you can either win something really cool like this Pikachu pouch, or you probably won't win anything, which is probably what's gonna happen. Here's a gacha that changes 100 yen into 10 yen, which is interesting in and of itself. So these are just different ways to change coins. That makes sense. If there's no one here to change with coins, you also have the machine, which means I guess you can win some of these Fuji. Oh, this is explaining how it works. That makes sense. So you got to put the ball in one of the things, and then, all right, but clearly you can't do this without staff. But I guess you can with these, and then, yeah, no, these would be completely autonomous, especially with these card machines. Oh, here we go. So they do have a machine here that sells Pokemon packs, which is a great way to do it because it's a vending machine. And you can buy 5 packs for 900 yen for most of them, and then I guess the 151 pack is gonna be 1,000 yen, which makes sense. These lights aren't flickering, that's just how my camera picks it up. But yeah, no, this is a one way to sell trading cards at a shop like this. It makes sense, yeah. Then, yeah, I guess this is the meat of the store, the video game section. We were starting with some PS4 games over here, which is pretty cool. These are all secondhand games, and right off the bat, there's a sign that says they have had issues with people not paying the correct amount, and they will report it to the police if anything is inconsistent or missing, and they obviously do have cameras everywhere. That makes sense, right? It says all of these games are tested and working. It seems to be a very small selection in terms of video games, but that makes sense because there's a bunch of hard offs and book offs around that people, I guess, would rather go to with a bigger selection. But this is still pretty interesting, man. If you find yourself in need of a PlayStation 4 game at like 4 in the morning, pun intended, this could be where you go. So this is explaining how you would buy it, and you can pay by an app like PayPay or any other QR code, or you put the money in the box as long as you put the correct amount. Then behind the PlayStation, we've got the Manga, and I can be as loud as I want because there's no one else in here. I'm the only guy in here. In the arcade video, people were like, why is this guy being so loud? Well, that's because an arcade is loud, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. They do have music blasting. I guess that makes it a bit less lonely. But yeah, here is the manga section where you have the complete sets of manga, just like Book Off would have, or any Mandai Shoten or other stores of its kind, and it's pretty cool. This is Kuzu. I like this one. I like the more violent ones, but in general, again, small selection. I don't think you would come here for anything that's like super rare or limited, which makes sense because there's no staff to stop people from taking a very expensive game. Which brings us to the anime figures. You cannot have a Japanese second-hand store without any anime figures. Over here we've got Luffy, other anime, we've got this guy, and right next to it is the anime girl section, of course, which goes all the way over there. And yeah, that brings us into the video game section. Let's go. It's 11 p.m. and I'm game hunting in a store without any staff, but I have a feeling I am being watched. Hey, the announcement just started. He's explaining how to pay. I guess that's going on repeat because there's no one here to make that announcement. This is bizarre. This is fun. Yeah, slim pickings, but of course I'm not expecting this thing to be full of you know, the rarest games and all. No little Samsons for me today. But hey, we can start with the Super Famicom, and what they do have, this is Super Power League 3. Can't go wrong. I mean, you know, 400 yen, the prices are accurate. I wonder how much stuff they get in there. The sign did says that they do not buy games until they're staff, which also makes sense. And with the cart only section, we do have Super Donkey Kong, you know, Super Adventure Island over here. It's not bad. We've got your Mario Karts, 400 yen. I have a feeling that these price tags are big like this so that the camera could pick it up as you hold it in your hand. That's just a hunch I have. And we have the Game Boy over here, which this seems to be it, like this entire thing. There's no boxed Game Boy at all, which I guess is fine. And what do we have over here, man? It's just a bunch of soccer games. This is just a general, this is literally what you would find in the junk section at Hard Off, except for Dragon Quest Monsters. This is really cool. Then I guess this is the Game Boy Color section with One Piece over here. Also interesting. Why is this game $1,200? This is DX Monopoly. This is actually an uncommon game if my focus would work with me, but it's one that I already have in the box. And yeah, I am planning to get something just so I can see what it's like. Here's all the Famicom, Mahjong, and soccer games. And I even have a little PC section over here. This is some kind of a visual novel next to Dead Island. That's cool that they have this on DVD. This is a, no, this is Japanese. Yeah, I was going to say this is a Western release. Then here's Guild Wars Factions. I have played a lot of Guild Wars back in my day. One of the first MMOs that I've played. Then here's Advanced Warfare. Super cool. Another PC game. Next to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. The PC Gamer Edition. This is, man, how much is this? 400 yen? This is interesting, man. Why is this all the way over here in Japan? Crisis 2. Can't go wrong with Crisis. I'm having so much fun, man. Here's the Nintendo DS selection. And again, it's all like basically the Japanese equivalent of sports games and shovelware, which is honestly what I expected. But it's still super cool that we can actually be hunting games in a store without staff. There's Biohazard Revelations for 800 yen. Might pick this one up because I think I don't have this one, and I wouldn't mind paying this for Biohazard Revelations. And that brings us to the PSP and the Wii section, Xbox 360, Project Gotham Racing, which is not a Batman spin-off. I really thought they had like the Joker Racing or whatever. That game did exist. It's just not Project Gotham Racing. And here's a Monster Hunter 3 for the Wii with the sleeve and everything, and they're all 200 yen. All of these Wii games are 200 yen. This one comes with a controller, if I recall correctly. And yeah, it's your Wii Fit Plus, your Guitar Heroes, your SSX Blur. Not too crazy, you know, just your stereotypical stuff that you would find. The PS3 stuff looks pretty interesting. There's Gran Turismo 5. I think I already have this. And then here's a pretty cool Call of Duty Modern Warfare series, since we're on the Call of Duty franchise. This is all 3 of the Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 for 800 yen. Might pick this up. I don't think I've ever seen this before, and it's super cool little box. That's definitely interesting. But it's also, you can play it on Steam, so. Here's the soundtrack to Dark Souls 2. Oh, it's the complete Dark Souls 2 special edition bundle, I assume, without the sleeve that, you know, has the soundtrack. Same with Dark Souls 1. As we've seemed to have other customers. I'm not alone anymore. Some people have come in, but it's still, there's no staff. So, interesting. Then they do have some Saturn games and one Dreamcast game, which is, they're all soccer. Except for this, but that's fine. Yeah, these are all seem to be soccer games or the 100 yen games that we find in the junk bins. Some N64 cartridges. Hey you Pikachu. Super Mario Golf 64. Again, all the common stuff. Surprised that they even have this many Xbox 360 games and a lot of PS3 games. That seems to be the one that they have the most. Then PlayStation 2, as we are, again, being watched. We've got, yeah, there's not that much to say about their selection. It seems to all be heavily picked through, which makes sense because we're all the way, you know, out here and there's a bunch of cool stores that I guess people would rather sell their games to. Here's the PlayStation 1. We've got Saga Frontier in a not original case. Oof, that is a rough looking Saga Frontier. We've got the Kombini. Again, all the common games. Nothing too rare. Nothing too crazy. And it's cool that they have all of these strategy guides down here. This is Dragon Quest X, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Final Fantasy 13-2. They all seem to be like 100 yen each. A dot hack Link strategy guide. Don't think I've ever seen a strategy guide for the dot hack series. And here's Final Fantasy 13-2. There's a couple of different ones of that. And some more PlayStation 1 games. Here's One Piece. Ocean's Dream. All of these One Piece games are all heavily slapped on, man. Specifically Grand Battle, which I think is this. Yeah, this is Grand Battle 2. These are like Smash Brothers with One Piece characters. I don't know if these ever came out in the West, but they should have, if they haven't. Time Crisis. I think this is the disc that came with the Guncom. I literally say, oh, they're all, I was going to say they're all 100 yen, but they're all 200 yen. So cool. And another One Piece game. I have all of these. This one is more of an RPG slash ocean naval combat. I don't know how to, like, if you, maybe Sid Meier's Pirates, but also not really. They're all really fun. If you're a fan of the series and can read a little bit of Japanese, it doesn't require much. They're fun games to get into. Here's another Aquanauts Holiday, a game that seems to pop up a lot in these stores. And that's, yeah, that seems to be it for how many good games we're going to find. Good games. It's still really cool that we're out here at like 11 p.m. So this is kind of cool. The DVD section is next to it, and it seems to be a bit of everything, as always. But here's the entirety of One Piece. Well, that's not true. One Piece is way too long, but here's a big chunk of it. That's not true. This won't even put a dent into a little bit of One Piece, but it's here. Here's One Piece on DVD. Here's a Final Fantasy DVD, but it seems to be in this block. So these are sold by blocks for 200 yen a pop, because DVDs don't really go for a lot, so that makes sense. Some more One Piece over here, and they're all very cheap, like a couple hundred yen, big chunk of DVDs, but I don't know who really buys DVDs anymore. Here's the movie section, where they have a bunch of Japanese dubs of Western movies. Like this is a whole block of X-Men. Good old X-Men over there, Wolverine. There's also some other stuff, like there's some Japanese movies in there, and it's not all. I personally like to watch, you know, South Park and other older cartoons dubbed in Japanese. I think that's pretty funny, and it keeps your language skills a bit sharp. Then next to it, here's the music CD. All the CDs, 100 yen. Spine card or not, doesn't matter. Everything's 100 yen, like Earth, Wind, and Fire over here. It's 200 yen. All right, my bad. My bad. The one I pick up is not 100 yen. That's fair. And then here's all your bleaches, your slam dunks, your manga. I'm assuming that every manga is going to be, oh, I was going to say 100 yen, but they're 50 yen, which makes this officially cheaper than Book Off. And then I guess these are the special editions with more manga. Yeah, no, it's just, there's things. And you can serve yourself to these things if you wish to purchase them. This is kind of cool. This Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, is just released in the Crane games. And this is, I've done an Akihabara stream the last weekend as of the recording of this video. And things were double the price of this. And this is unused. This is an unopened product for 2,000 yen. Let's hope that music doesn't come through. It's a Dragon Quest. So this has to be their game figures and stuff. These are really cool. These are super cool to find. This seems to be where all the Dragon Ball figures are. Cool. These seems to be pretty recent though. So again, no super cool Bulma, whatever that we're looking for. These are also some other ones. Hey, here's the bargain bin. Actually, I didn't expect them to have a bargain bin of figures. Here's Luffy hanging out. That's missing a lot, like the base and whatever, but hey, here he is. Look at him go. Luffy. Yeah, man. Never been to this store. Brand new, never filmed. Probably on no other channel either. This is a debut for us. This thing has to be brand new. This is probably a hard off that popped up because they closed the one. Look how big it is too. They closed the one in the center of Honatsugi. All right, I'm under local Wi-Fi. Ooh, I'm buying this for 1,000. This is the Sample 2000 series, and this is like one of those slasher ones. A little CRT, 5K. Just not junk, just completely working. Very good condition too. Alright, Pokemons are like $100 a pop. 16,000, 13,000, and 13,000 for these one. Rockman World 3 for 13,000. Wow, 22K is like, this is a CRT. King Fruit game. This is a Kisaten. Just Gambleroonie. No way, dude. No way. 4,000. The search is over. Nothing. この一番後ろのブルマでお願いします。承知いたしました。こちらご購入の方でよろしいでしょうか。Didn't know that just had a code, but okay. 失礼いたします。はい、お願いします。Man, that's a premium one too. Oh, thank you. We got some sauce. There we go. All right. Thank you so much, brother. God bless. We can put a little bit on it. We can put a little drizzle. You know what I mean? Put a little some. Not too much though. I don't like how they over sauce, but the curry is honestly with the cheese. So this is where the staff would be. It says we're not here now, so please, do what you got to do. But yeah, no, this is the pay code where you pay for things. And this is where you would put your money in. Here's their gacha, which I guess these gachas are for during the day. I think they have an upstairs. I mean, they definitely do, which would be open, I guess, when there's staff with, I guess, there's more there. I think there is, or it's just storage. I'm not too sure about that. But hey, we're here for the other stuff. And there it is. The security system. That's me. So this is the section with all the special editions and oversized boxes. I guess this definitely seems to have been outside for a bit. So this is Quest for Fame with Aerosmith, which, PlayStation game. Phantom Kingdom over here. Dog Station, which used to have some sort of color. 400 yen though. I think this is like Nintendogs for PlayStation. It definitely is. Some 800 yen Super Famicom controllers over there. An official 3DS AC adapter for 1,000 yen. And then there's a Wii, which has seen better days, but here it is for 1,200 yen. And then there's this Gamera figure, which I guess, you know. What is this? The Nintendo DS Wi-Fi repeater. So I guess you put this in your computer and it makes a local Wi-Fi network for the DS. This exists and was definitely a needed product when that came out. Then on the side here, we've got some N64 controllers, 1,200 yen a pop, not terrible. And then we've got, I guess, premium controllers for 1,200. Not sure why, if the other ones are 800. Some memory cards, some loose UMDs, and I guess these are games without cases. Yeah. Or loose disc games, and then this phone protector. It's so random, the stuff that they have. There's even some UFO catchers and stuff outside. I mean, I guess, why not, right? It's covered with this, it's covered. So, you know, One Piece cards, Pokemon cards, and some snacks, and the almighty vending machine. No hot drinks though, it's really cold out. I would have loved to get a hot coffee on top of that. Look how these cool, look how old these UFO catchers are. This place must have been around forever, man. Anyway, I made my choice. I'm getting Morrowind Game of the Year edition with the PC Gamer. I don't know, this is such a relic of its time. I'm gonna save it from this store, and which means we're gonna have to pay for it. All right, so this is how this works. So this sign is specifically for the clothing. You take them off the hangers, you cut off your price tag, and you put it in the box as well. Then over here, it literally just says it in English. Select the product, all items sold as is. Confirm how much it is. They are including the tax and there is no change. Please put your money in this box and take out, please, no returns, no refunds, and be very careful. There's the PayPay QR code, and here's a little section where you can get a little bag. I do not need a bag today, but pretty cool. Did not expect these signs to be in English. All right, here we go. We've got my Morrowind, 400 yen, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. I would not be needing the calculator, but nice that it's there. And then we just toss it in there. That's it. I just bought a game. Good doing business with you. And that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Short video today, but there's really not that much to say about a place like this. Super interesting. I love the fact that I took the time to come all the way over here just to see this and make a video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know the deal. Thank you all the Patreons, which are on the screen right now. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up. If you disliked it, dislike the video, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm always reading every comment and stuff. And I guess I'll see you guys on the live streams this weekend. Have a good day, guys. Peace.